This music is soothing. But unfortunately, the encounter rate is so high, you don't get to hear it. Submachine gun the horses, thunder those. And I'll longsword you and fire. Now, if you were going to build your characters differently, like I said, I'm going strength heavy, which is something I've never done before. Although it's perfectly fine, as we can see so far. It's working pretty well. Submachine those guys again. Actually, defend, because she's going to run out of uses before you are. Obviously, the best thing to do would just slap your armor on your characters and load them up with a bunch of, like, rapiers and my dogs are barking. Sabers. If you hear the dogs, I apologize. They've been having functions across the street. There's a church right across where I live. They've been having functions, so my dogs go ballistically nuts every time a car drives by. Which, it's a good thing and a bad thing. You know, you complain about them barking and stuff until someone breaks into your house, and then you're like, oh, well, I'm glad they barked. I've had my dogs scare off intruders before. Now, not that my dogs are big, mind you. My dog Sammy, he's about, I'd say, mid-size for a dog. He's not gonna... I don't think he could maul somebody to death. You know, unless... You know, if he tried, he probably could. He's about a mid-sized dog. He's such a good dog. But anyway, if you're building your guys specific ways, like agility, it's easy to do agility. It's incredibly easy to do agility. How many of these guys are there? Alright. Longsword. Psychic knife. Poison does nothing! Does nothing to Panzerkampfwagen, for he has no constitution! I guess that would mean he is also immune to critical hits. That is totally a D&D reference. You know, but you just slap your armor on and work your way up. If you're doing strength, you gotta work your agility up just enough to hit your enemy. You don't have to, like, max it out, obviously. And she's run out. Actually, let's submachine gun that group. Battle sword. Ice. Fast forward through this. Mana is pretty easy to do. A mana-based human. You basically give them, like, psychic knives, and you work up your psychic knives until you work with your psychic knives until you have enough. Well, until you have enough mana and money. Money is a limiting factor, but of course, you know, me, I'm not doing a whole bunch of grinding, mainly because of you guys. And I went over my time limit. Son of a bitch. Oh well. It's not too big of a deal. I'll just watch it. I'll stop at the 20-minute mark. It's the first time I've actually gone over that, though. I'm doing pretty well for for recording technique I've never done before. Fast forward. More mana! Yes, check my HP. Because when you fast forward, you tend to not see things like that. Like, you know, HP and damage. Although, at some point, I need to demonstrate a, game over. And this is obviously the stomach. We went up the intestines into the stomach. We're going down to her foot. Those are her naughty bits to our left. Strength is probably the most complicated build of this game. I mean, if you're doing agility, you just slap agility weapons on there and run with it. If you're doing mana, you just slap a psychic knife on there, and then later spell books and run with it. I mean, everything else is pretty much optional. For them, I mean, you know, obviously it'd be a good idea to sub later on. I mean, you know, if you sub, like you do an agility-based character, obviously for me, I'm doing this in a time limit, which I went over, 10 minutes per video. I'm not going to do a lot of grinding. But if, you know, if it's just you, we all know how Saga games are in grinding. But, I'm gonna run. I'm running low. I think it's this one? No. Let's see. Let's see. There it is, right there. And our little toe! You know, for doing strength characters, it's pretty much required that you sub agility, otherwise you're not going to hit anything. For agility characters, I would actually recommend you sub some mana in there, so you don't take so much damage from magic. And for your... oh, I'd say your... obviously, for your mana characters, you want to sub a little agility, so they don't take so much physical damage, and they can, you know, get turns in before others. Ooh, robots. We're gonna battle sword that robot, psychic knife him. Let's see, ability. She doesn't have any, but I still have potions. I'm probably going to be running away from all the battles from now on. Potions are actually one of the better things to use on robots because they have such low... well, they have no mana, so they don't really get healed very well unless you're like a super high mana target. Damn, I did not mean to go over 10 minutes. Unless you're doing strength, going specifically for strength weapons, there is absolutely no reason to get strength at all. None whatsoever. Let's see, we're in the last body part. Can I get it before I run out of time? I got about 4 minutes for my... time limit runs up. I'm going for like the... I'm going for about 10 minutes. I'll go this one. Nope, I'm wrong on all counts. Going for about 10.5 minutes on my timers here. Is it up here? Yes, it is. I'm at 19 right now. Yeah, it seemed, I'm doing it this way as an experiment. It seemed like when I'm doing the Game Boy games, it seemed like a better idea to sit here and not have to cut up these little videos like this. And you can leave Key's body, excuse me, and go state an end or something, which I will do. Which basically means I will see you guys next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy Legend Deuce. So, I hope to see you in the next episode where we will finish Key's body, and liberate her, the last of her Magi.